If you've been on the hunt for a VPN, you've probably heard of Proton VPN and NordVPN. Proton is widely known for Proton Mail, but brings Swiss privacy pedigree and some serious security tech to its VPN. NordVPN, on the other hand, is the go-to as an all-hands, all-purpose VPN that works great in almost every situation. Picking between them then really isn't easy. That's why we're going to break down everything you need to know to choose which is the right VPN for you. In terms of pricing, the big difference you'll see when signing up is that while NordVPN opts for tiered plans, Proton offers one plan and one plan only. This includes all of its features. Proton Unlimited is another available option, but that's much more expensive and includes way beyond what you'd expect from any VPN, so we're going to leave that for now. Proton's VPN plan will normally set you back between $299 and $359 per month if you were choosing a 2-year plan. This price then increases if you choose a shorter length as well, so just be aware of that. NordVPN's basic plan normally costs about the same, normally around $3.39 per month, but if you can drop this to around $2.99 with a sale, it's not too bad. However, as you go up the tiers of plans, prices do increase and end up around the $7 to $8 mark, and that's then before you reduce the plan lengths as well. It's worth remembering that as with all VPN deals, you do pay for this up front. So in reality, you'll be paying for just over $80 for 2 years with NordVPN and around $70 for Proton. Nord also comes with a lot more to consider. Plans differ by region and differ massively. Some regions have 3 plans, others could have up to 5. The only plans you'll see consistently are Basic and Plus. Luckily, the latter of these is actually my go-to choice for most people, but we'll come to that later. Nord also adds tax on top of this, meaning plans may vary on price depending on exactly where you are. Proton, by comparison, includes this off the bat. For most, Proton is probably therefore better value. But actually, if you want the features, just make sure if you're choosing a NordVPN plan, you don't choose one that's super expensive. And also with Proton, be aware you can actually get a monthly plan for only $10 a month. Proton, as we've said, gives you everything in one plan. It includes ad tracker and malware blocking with NetShield, port forwarding support, your usual server selection, and then in my view is its party piece, which is profiles. Profiles gives you a way to create customizable one-click connections for accessing effectively any site you might use regularly, all with a VPN security on top. And you can use it with widgets and with your home screen if you're on desktop as well. Outside of this, there actually isn't that much else to talk about. The only thing to briefly mention is Secure Shield, which is Proton's multi-hop solution. This uses military bases and underground server labs to keep you secure, but we'll talk more about that later. For Proton's full spread, you do need what's called a Proton Unlimited plan. This is more expensive. It normally costs around $10 per month, but it includes every Proton app. Mail, calendar, pass, drive, so on. Essentially, everything you need to ditch Chrome if you're actually fed up of it, like a lot of people are. NordVPN, by contrast, has so much that we really can't go into all of it in this video. The only downside is you do need to pick up a Plus plan or higher to get access to any of it, and it does get expensive the higher you go and the deeper you go into the rabbit hole of features. The big two that are available are MeshNet and Threat Protection Pro. MeshNet, thankfully, is free for anyone. It provides a way to create secure local access network connections that you can connect up to 60 devices with. This means you can play local multiplayer games with anyone as if they were in the room, or securely transfer files between devices, which frankly I now use as my main way of doing that because Google Drive is just slower. Threat Protection Pro is NordVPN's ad tracker, malware, and phishing protection solution, a bit like NetShield from Proton. But these days it's a lot more than that. It also includes email protection, malicious website blocking, and scam protection features as well. However, it's quite annoying that you don't get the full experience on mobile. You only get the basic threat protection package, which isn't quite as effective in our experience. As you move into the more premium plans, you can also access more things like secure cloud storage, password management, dark web monitoring, and scam call protection. For some, these features might be really useful, but for others, you might just never use them. So as we've said, be careful about not paying for features you won't use because it can get really expensive. Overall then, NordVPN is quite clearly the winner in terms of features, but it's worth noting that if you're a keen torrenter and need port forwarding, Proton is one of the few VPNs to offer this, so it might be the go-to in this instance. Both have apps for almost every platform you can imagine. This includes Linux distros, routers, and every streaming device you can think to have in your house. Both are also really easy to set up, and there's not much else you need to do aside from sign up and pay. Diving into the apps themselves, they both look great. On computer, Nord's apps are a bit busier, which for some might be a touch overwhelming, but nothing you see is unnecessary or too complex. On mobile, both deliver a pretty similar experience. There's quick access to recent connections, including profiles on Proton, and both have a simple enough hotbar along the bottom to access other features. Once again, Proton is slightly less cluttered, which is a plus and great if you're a beginner. One thing both brands do have, however, is a strange obsession with map interfaces. On both mobile apps, you get an interactive access to a map you can use to choose the server you connect to. It's funky, it's great to look at. I've never found myself using it, and it ends up taking a really large amount of space on the screen, which could be used for other features. Thankfully, NordVPN has reduced the size of the map on mobile and is removing the interactive nature entirely on desktop. Proton is staying firm on this for now, which isn't so great. Proton VPN's apps are definitely the better choice for now if you're new to VPNs. Not only are they less cluttered, but they also do a much better job of explaining every feature and laying out exactly what you need to know to get connected. NordVPN isn't necessarily bad at this per se, but there's definitely more reassurance with Proton, so just take that into consideration. If you're more advanced with VPNs though, you'll be more than capable with Nord. Both providers offer huge server networks. NordVPN is estimated to have about 8,000 to 9,000 servers, while Proton has a massive 19,000 servers worldwide at the time of recording. But these numbers don't actually mean much. What's more important is the number of locations and countries covered. NordVPN currently covers around 211 locations in 135 countries, while Proton has 188 locations in 145 countries. Of these locations, NordVPN has the most in North and South America, Europe and Oceania, while Proton wins in Asia and Africa. But once you're connected, how quick could your connection actually be? We put both VPNs through a test with a 10 gigabit per second cloud computer, and the results make for pretty interesting reading. NordVPN's fastest protocol, NordLynx, achieved just over 1,250 megabits per second using a nearby server. Proton, meanwhile, using just WireGuard, achieved just over 1,500. What's more impressive though is that Proton speed remained around 1,250 megabits per second when connecting across the Atlantic. This means if you're trying to connect across massive distances, you'll have no problems with lag, so if you're trying to stream or game, you'll be absolutely fine, as long as the internet connection you're using is good enough for that. NordVPN topped out at about 680 megabits per second in this test, so Proton is definitely my recommendation if you're looking to connect over longer distances. Where NordVPN was superior, however, was with streaming platforms. Using NordLynx with top streaming platforms like Netflix and Disney+, it proved much more reliable and stable than with Proton. YouTube US and Prime Video Australia did prove problematic, but there were more problems with Proton more widely, including with providers such as ITV and TVNZ. So this round is actually a bit of a toss-up. Both VPNs have very wide server networks, and while Proton VPN is faster and better over longer distances, NordVPN is slightly better for streaming. So it's up to you as to which of those is more important as to which wins this round. Both of these VPNs are expectedly super secure. Both use equally airtight encryption keys, both offer proprietary obfuscation protocols in Nord Whisper and Stealth, both have VPN via Tor, and both have regularly audited no-logs policies too. Where things begin to separate is in the broader technologies being used. Of the two, only NordVPN offers post-quantum encryption right now, which for now keeps you safe from dastardly harvest now, decrypt later attacks. Proton VPN is still working on this for the time being. More interestingly though, Proton doesn't use 100% RAM-only servers, something that to this day NordVPN still opts for. Proton claims these servers offer no security benefit over the full disk encrypted servers it uses instead. In fairness, several technical explanations explain their point very well, and while RAM-only servers are a more standard approach and definitely more widely trusted, there should never be a reason why full disk encryption should put you at risk when partnered with Proton's no-logs policy. Outside of this, both have solid kill switches, split tunneling, and P2P optimized servers, though, as mentioned already, Protons come with the advantage of port forwarding support as well. Both are also based in privacy-focused locations. Nord is based in Panama, while Proton resides in Switzerland. Both also release regular transparency reports which outline when they receive data requests from authorities and confirm what data was released, which frankly is rarely, if ever, any, so don't worry about that. One way in which Proton is arguably superior is with its multi-hop feature. While NordVPN's double VPN works well, Proton's secure core feature not only gives users some customization over entry and exit servers, but also uses super secure locations such as military bases and underground server farms. It also uses bare metal servers, which ensure that the data being sent is at the absolute least risk possible. In terms of privacy then, it's probably too close to pick a definite winner. Just know that with both of them, you are super secure, and they are probably two of the most secure VPNs you can get right now. And that's it. If you haven't realized already, splitting the two really isn't as simple as it might initially appear. Nord takes the win on the surface, but if you're a beginner or a keen torrenter, Proton is by far the better pick. But what do you think? Leave your experiences in the comments below and let us know which two VPNs you think we should compare next.